Hi guys, Tommy Nordpol here. I know it's been a while, but lately I just did not feel like making these videos at all. And sometimes I miss it and sometimes I don't, but it is what it is. Over the weekend I gonna take care of cat of our friends named Philip. Here he is. And that's a great opportunity for me because I'm gonna live closer to Oslo and especially to Loren and Åkern area where I used to live a little bit more than 1 year ago. In a way there's nothing interesting here, but there's a lot of memories from the time I spent in these neighborhoods. That was the time when I started this YouTube channel and when I made a lot of videos about street photography and my beloved X10 camera as well. And I thought I'm maybe never gonna set foot on this neighborhood again, but here I am. What a chance. Since I moved out from Oslo, I start to visit it less and less, and I feel like sometimes I don't need it anymore. But there was one day when I went to Oslo to photograph, and I realized it was a full month, maybe even more, without visiting Oslo for the photographic reason, and everything was exactly as I left it. So the life is happening, the events are happening, there's always something new, there's always something interesting to photograph, and me not being there for the full month did not change a thing. Here are some photographs from that. I pick up my camera a lot, I photograph a lot, but I feel like recently I have like a small break with street photography, especially in Oslo. I have doubts about my photography, about my work, like pretty much every person who does something in a way artistically or photographically, and I'm asking myself a lot of these questions like what's the point of all of that? What's the point of this 10 million pictures that I have on my hard drives? And I say this and then I grab my camera or my smartphone and I snap a whole new bunch of pictures that I either post or they never gonna see the light of day again. But this is something I do. I photograph a lot. Over the years I did many different genres of photography. As every Canon user in the beginning probably, I wanted to be a landscape photographer, so I went for the landscapes, then for the cityscapes, portraits, I did some wedding, I did some food photography, I did macro, every other category available over there. In some way the street photography was also there, in a way that I did not even know that I'm doing some street photography, but I have a couple of old pictures that you can clearly put to that category if we still even know what this category is. But after years of going between my big cameras and my smartphones, finally I landed on this little guy, and that changed my way of photographing things, because now I can have my camera every day with me, and I'm not talking just about my smartphone, but I can have a regular small little camera that I can focus purely on the photography, not social media, videos and anything. Now I can also talk to my phone and showcase my camera and some pictures on the way as well. I got a small tiny feeling that summer ends and I did not accomplish anything this year. It's like every year I go through the same, but the first year I feel like I don't need to rush anywhere, you know, I just need to do what I do, enjoy my time, snap a couple of good images and post it or not, because lately I really stopped believing in social media at all. Probably I still gonna post it. But that's a good question. Why do we take photographs? Everybody have different reasons. For me, it's a way to spend my time, to document my life, to remember sometimes some things, because I have pretty bad memory and sooner or later I'm gonna probably forget most of it. But then when I go through my pictures, I see, okay, that was this day. I did this and that, and that was fun. Maybe some good pictures, maybe not, but it's a memory. It's a nice memory for me. Thanks for listening to my rants about my update about photography. I hope you have a better time than me right now. But the end of summer is always this unreasonable nostalgia for me that something is over, which isn't. When the last time I visited Oslo, I felt kind of empty, kind of disconnected with the city. Maybe it was because I did not photograph there for such a while. Maybe I spent too much time in Oslo, because 12 years, it's a pretty long time. Maybe this emptiness that I felt from the city, it's gonna make a place for something new. Maybe I'm gonna focus on something else, something different, probably still connected to the photography, but maybe in a little bit different way. Let's see. I still shoot with X10, with X Pro 1, X100V. It's on listing on fin.no. If you want, you can buy it. I think I'm done with that camera. On every day I use my smartphone, which is iPhone at the moment, for some everyday black and white snapshots that I've seen many of you enjoy on my timeline on Instagram. If you want to go there, I pretty much update it every day. Besides some quiet projects and couple of albums that I posted on Instagram, the work was really not there. It looks like my brain is still on kind of holiday, but in a good way. I have to say it's nothing wrong, everything is as it's supposed to be. Maybe when I'm gonna get more hungry for the photography, it's gonna be a little bit better. I photograph a lot some of these mundane little town scenes. Maybe some project gonna come out of it, maybe no. I'm very bad with the projects. I'm super hyped to get the material, get my photographs, get my work done, and then you hit the roadblock. You need to select the pictures, and from 5,000 you select 500, and you need to narrow it down to even less, and it's such a difficult task sometimes that I just keep it in my folders. I don't like unfinished projects, and there's still one that is waiting to be published, and that's the video from second edition of Oslo Street Photography Festival. It's still gonna be movie, but I just need to start cracking at it. I have to admit, I miss these mundane neighborhoods. I love that spot. Started many vlogs here before. There's not much that I'm looking forward to at this point in my life. Everything is like settled. Maybe the next thing is the Street Photography Festival in Gothenburg or Oslo Negative in Oslo in October. Other than that, we still have our Oslo Street Photography Collective and they do some funny activities, but it's just like that for now. Me, my camera, end of the summer. And I guess that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. That was more like an update than anything else. I wish you a great end of the summer. And maybe I'm gonna motivate myself to make a couple of more videos. Let me know, what would you like to hear about? Until then, until the next one, see you soon.